This is Tony T here from Tony'sPicks.com with a free college football pick show here for Week 9, Part 1. We'll have picks from 10 of the games on Saturday. We'll do these in parts throughout the week. For more free pick videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for my best bets, my premium picks, click that link in the description. That'll take you to my page at Tony'sPicks.com. So let's get underway here. North Carolina and Virginia college football pick here for Saturday. North Carolina now 3-4 after their 41-34 home defeat to Georgia Tech. The Tar Heels gained 417 yards, 201 rushing for 5.9 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 505 yards to the Yellow Jackets with 371 rushing for 7.7 yards a carry. Colby Criswell, 17-31 passing for 209 yards with a touchdown. He rushed for 73 yards and 2 scores. Virginia now 4-3, a 48-31 road defeat at Clemson. Cavaliers put up 346 yards, 68 rushing for 2.3 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 539 yards to the Tigers, 345 passing on 37 attempts. Anthony Colandrea, 15-26 passing for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now North Carolina's offense put up 5.2 yards a carry on the ground, 246 passing for 7 yards per pass step. They do hold opponents at 4.3 yards a carry with a 54% completion rate. Virginia, they're running the ball for just over 4 yards a carry, but their pass defense against ACC giving up 308 yards per game, nearly 9 yards per pass step in their past 3 games. The Cavaliers have surrendered 422 yards a game. UNC 3-0 the spread as a road underdog of 7 or fewer points. Player will be North Carolina here at +5. All right, next up here will be Georgia Tech here and Virginia Tech. College football for Saturday. Georgia Tech drops to 5-3 after a 31-13 home defeat to Notre Dame. The Yellow Jackets put up 333 yards, 64 rushing for 2.2 yards a carry. On defense, they surrendered 345 yards to the Fighting Irish with 168 rushing for 4.3 yards a carry. Zach Pyron here, 20-36 passing for 269 yards with a touchdown and 2 picks. He rushed for 5 yards in the game, a carry. Haynes King expected to miss the game with an injury. Virginia Tech now 4-3, a 42-21 home win to Boston College. The Hokies put up 552 yards, 368 rushing for 9.2 yards a carry. Kyron Drones here, 14 of 18 passing for 164 yards with a touchdown and pick. He rushed for 40 yards and 2 touchdowns. Georgia Tech is a good rushing team that averages 5.1 yards a carry. Pyron was able to pass for 269 yards against Notre Dame. Virginia Tech has put up good offensive numbers in the run and pass. Hokies against the conference allowing 7.5 yards per pass step. Georgia Tech 11-5 the spread as a road underdog here. The play will be Georgia Tech here plus the 11. All right, we got Buffalo and Ohio college football pick. Here we go for Saturday. Buffalo drops to 4-3, a 48-41 home defeat to Western Michigan. The Bulls gained 551 yards, 242 rushing for 7.1 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 489 yards to the Broncos with 280 passing yards on 31 attempts. CJ Agbana, 22-34 passing for 309 yards with 2 touchdowns. Ohio fell to 4-3 with a defeat, a 30-10 defeat to Miami, Ohio. Bobcats put up 291 yards, 110 rushing for 3.3 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 328 yards to the Redhawks, 150 rushing for 5 yards a carry. Parker Navarro, 13-22 passing for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. He rushed for just 38 yards. The Bobcats quarterback play is a concern. Navarro playing for a starting job here with an accurate play at the quarterback position. Ohio allows 64% completion rate for 7 yards per pass step. Buffalo has defended well this year by allowing 4 yards a carry, 6.5 yards per pass step. They average 7.6 yards per pass step against the MAC and do a good job of forcing turnovers. Bobcats have a -8 turnover margin. Buffalo 10-6 the spread on the road. Play Buffalo here at plus the 6.5. Notre Dame and Navy college football pick for Saturday. Game will be played neutral field at MetLife Stadium, Jersey. Notre Dame improved to 6-1 with their 31-13 road win at Georgia Tech. The Fighting Irish gained at 385 yards, 168 rushing for 4.3 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 333 yards. The Yellow Jackets with 64 rushing yards for 2.2 yards a carry. Riley Leonard, 20 of 29 passing for 203 yards and an interception. He rushed for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns. Navy 6-0 with a 51-17 home win to Charlotte. The Midshipmen put up 288 yards, 171 rushing for 4.1 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 363 yards to the 49ers with 200 rushing for 4.2 yards a carry. Blake Horvath, 7 of 13 passing for 117 yards and 3 touchdowns. He rushed for 56 yards. Navy rushing for 6 yards a carry and getting production from their passing game with 152 yards per game, 11 yards per pass attempt. They hold teams to 4.5 yards a carry with only 56% completions. Notre Dame runs the football effectively with strong defensive play. The passing game generates only 6.8 yards per pass attempt. Navy 10-6 to the spread as an underdog. They've covered every game against an FBS team and have a 12-point win against Memphis. Play here will be Navy here at plus the 23. Washington and Indiana college football pick Saturday. Washington drops to 4-3 with their 40-15 road defeat to Iowa. The Huskies gained 393 yards, 127 rushing for 4.2 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 328 yards to the Hawkeyes with 220 rushing for 5.9 yards a carry. Will Rogers, 22 of 34 passing for 195 yards with a touchdown and an interception. Indiana now 7-0, a 56-7 home win to Nebraska. The Hoosiers gained 495 yards, 215 rushing for 6.5 yards a carry. Defensively, they surrendered 304 yards to the Cornhuskers with 70 rushing for 2.4 yards a carry. Curtis Rourke is out of this game. Now, Tavon Jackson in relief, 7 of 8 passing for 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. He rushed for 21 yards. Jackson playing in relief is encouraging. The Hoosiers have a very good offense here, 5.3 yards a carry, 73% completion rate, nearly 11 yards per pass attempt. They defend well, holding teams at 2.9 yards a carry, 5.6 yards per pass attempt. Numbers have been better at home. The Huskies in their road games are giving up 181 yards rushing per game, 5.5 yards per run. Indiana has a +7 turnover margin. Washington 1-4 the spread, facing good defensive teams that allow 310 yards per game or lower. So 1-4 the spread. Washington against these good defensive teams. Player will be Indiana at -6.5. Oklahoma and Ole Miss college football pick for Saturday. Oklahoma fell to 4-3, a 35-9 home defeat to South Carolina. The Sooners gained 291 yards, 53 rushing for 1.3 yards a carry. On defense, they held the Gamecocks to 254 yards, 180 passing on 27 attempts. Michael Hawkins, 3 of 5 passes for 18 yards and 2 interceptions. Jackson Arnold, 18 of 36 for 225 yards and a touchdown. Ole Miss now 5-2, a 29-26 road defeat to LSU. The Rebels put up 464 yards, 180 rushing for 4.3 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 421 yards to the Tigers with 447 passing yards on 51 attempts. Jackson Dart, 24 of 42 passing for 284 yards with a touchdown and pick. Oklahoma offense struggles here, 3.1 yards a carry on the ground, 155 yards per game. Ole Miss, a strong offensive team, 5.2 yards per rush, 67% completion rate, 10.5 yards per pass attempt. The Rebels defend well, holding teams at 2 yards a carry, 58% completion rate. Ole Miss numbers offensively and defensively better at home. The Sooners rush for 2.1 yards per carry against the conference. They've scored 12 points total in their past 2 games. Play Ole Miss here at -20.5. Tulane and North Texas college football pick Saturday. Tulane improved to 5-2 with a 24-10 home win to Rice. The Green Wave gained 306 yards, 154 rushing for 3.9 yards a carry. On defense, they held the Owls to 344 yards, 271 passing on 46 attempts. Darian Mental, 12 of 25 passing for 152 yards and a touchdown. North Texas now 5-2, a 52-24 road defeat at Memphis. The Mean Green put up 653 yards, 208 rushing for 6.3 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 526 yards to the Tigers, 207 rushing for 6.5 yards a carry. Chandler Morris, 36 of 61 passing for 445 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. He rushed for 71 yards and a touchdown. Last season, Tulane won 35-28 and missed the cover as a 20-point favorite. Tulane's a strong offensive team, both running and passing the football. The team holds opponents to 4.3 yards per run, 6 yards per pass attempt. North Texas, a good running team here, a good offensive team, running for 5.5 yards a carry, passing for 360 yards a game, 8.4 yards per pass attempt. Defensively, they allow 4.4 yards a carry, 57% completion rate. North Texas, the defense at home has been outstanding. The Green Wave passing offense has not been efficient on the road. Mean Green 8-1 to the spread against the AAC at home. Play here will be on North Texas here at plus the 7.5. Charlotte and Memphis college football pick Saturday. Charlotte now fell to 3-4 with their 51-17 road defeat to Navy. The 49ers gained 363 yards with 200 rushing for 4.2 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 288 yards to the midshipmen, 171 rushing for 4 yards a carry. Max Brown, 7 of 18 passing for 152 yards, 2 touchdowns and 3 picks. He rushed for 67 yards in the game. Memphis now 6-1, a 52-44 home win to North Texas. The Tigers posted 526 yards, 207 rushing for 6.5 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 653 yards to the Mean Green with 445 passing yards on 64 attempts. Seth Hennigan here, 24 of 38 passes for 319 yards with a touchdown. He had a rushing touchdown as well. Charlotte really struggles offensively on the ground here and with quarterback accuracy. They are a poor defensive team, giving up over 5 yards a carry, 8.2 yards per pass attempt. Memphis, a good running team, over 5 yards a carry. And in the passing game, 65% completion rate, 269 yards passing. Defensively, they hold teams at 4 yards a carry, 59% completions. The 49ers have struggled with turnovers. They've committed 13 for a -5 turnover margin. Memphis, a +10 turnover margin. Well, you got a senior quarterback there. Hennigan's been around a long time. Player will be on Memphis at minus the 18.5. All right, Nebraska and Ohio State college football pick Saturday. Nebraska 5-2, a 56-7 road defeat to Indiana. Cornhuskers produced 304 yards, 70 rushing for 2.5 yards a carry. On defense, they allowed 495 yards to the Hoosiers with 280 passing yards on 30 attempts. Dylan Raiola, 28 of 44 passing for 234 yards with 3 picks. Ohio State fell to 5-1, a 32-31 road defeat at Oregon. The Buckeyes gained 467 yards, 141 rushing for 4.3 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 496 yards to the Ducks with 341 passing yards on 34 attempts. Will Howard here, 28 of 35 passing for 326 yards with 2 touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown in the game. Nebraska has got efficiency at the quarterback position with 66% completion rate for 7.5 yards per pass attempt. They have defended well, allowing 3.3 yards a carry with 6.5 yards per pass attempt. Ohio State pass defense allowing 68% completion rate, 8.1 yards per pass attempt, and over their past 3 games. Player will be on Nebraska here at plus 25.5. All right, we got Bowling Green and Toledo college football pick Saturday. Bowling Green now 3-4 with their 27-6 home win to Kent. The Falcons gained 434 yards, 121 rushing for 2.6 yards a carry. On defense, they held the Golden Flashes to 204 yards with 78 passing on 29 attempts. Connor Beslak, 23 of 27 passing for 313 yards and 2 touchdowns. Toledo now 5-2, a 13-6 road win in Northern Illinois. Rockets put up 285 yards, 133 rushing for 3.6 yards a carry. Defensively, they allowed 391 yards to the Huskers with 181 rushing for 3.9 yards a carry. Tucker Gleason missed the game due to injury. John Allen Richter, 15 of 28 passing for 152 yards and a touchdown. Bowling Green really struggles with their run defense, allowing nearly 5 yards a carry. Numbers have been worse on the road. The Rockets' passing game has been efficient this year, 255 yards passing for 7.8 yards per pass attempt. Gleason has been efficient in his 3 appearances this season. Toledo 5-1 to the spread at home following a road loss. Player will be Toledo minus the 2.5. For more free pick videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you're looking for my best bet, my premium picks, click the link in the description. That'll take you to my page here at Tony'sPicks.com. If you like our work, give us a like, a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. I'm Tony T. We'll talk with you later.